Hi guys, Dr. Rob Barrington here with some more nutrition advice. I'd like to talk today about a herb called Silybum marianum. It's more commonly known as milk thistle. It's widely available in a supplement, and it has some very interesting nutritional properties. Now, the milk thistle looks like any other thistle. It has waxy dark green leaves with scalloped edges, and it has a dark reddish and purple flower. It looks like any other thistle, but it has some unique nutritional properties, and in particular it has some nutritional properties that make it a very good liver tonic. Now, there are a number of chemicals that have been isolated from the milk thistle plant. These include a number of lignans, which are effectively polyphenolic substances that are half flavonoid and half lignin. And these include silybin, they include silicristin, and they include silidionin. Now, these compounds are grouped together and they're called silymarin. And extracts of milk thistle standardized for silymarin have been investigated and used to really as a liver tonic. They're a very good general liver tonic. They appear to have a number of different mechanisms whereby they can actually protect the liver tissue. So what are those mechanisms that these flavonolignans can induce in humans and animals? Well, when they're ingested, they obviously pass to the liver because they have hepatic effects. And one of the things that they may do is actually decrease oxidative stress in the liver. Now, this is important because oxidative stress is possibly one of the reasons that liver tissue becomes damaged. We're exposed to chemicals, to toxins. They're in the air, they're in our food, they're in our drinking water, and we take drugs that damage the liver as well. And obviously as well, as there are certain toxins in food as well. We do eat a number of toxic substances in parts of plants that we perhaps don't cook properly or get into the diet for other reasons. So there's a number of ways that toxins can get in the body, and the main organ of detoxification is the liver. And during the detoxification process, free radicals can be produced, and if these toxins are in particularly high concentrations, this produces oxidative stress that overwhelms the antioxidant defenses of the liver, and the resultant free radicals can actually cause the death of hepatic tissue through an oxidative stress mechanism. Now, milk thistle appears to be particularly beneficial for two reasons with regard this oxidative stress disease pathway, and that is because, firstly, these flavonolignans are potent antioxidants in their own right, and therefore, when you take milk thistle, it can actually protect from this oxidative stress, but also they appear to have a sparing effect on cellular levels of glutathione, and that means that when you take milk thistle extract, glutathione levels within the liver cells themselves increase, and this gives them a better protection from this sort of oxidative stress. So milk thistle is an antioxidant, and it's an antioxidant for the liver, and therefore it provides a good protection from toxins that are producing free radicals in the liver that could damage the tissue. However, milk thistle does have more tricks up its sleeve. Milk thistle also appears to be an inhibitor of the enzyme lipoxygenase. Now, lipoxygenase is an enzyme that adds an oxygen molecule to polyunsaturated fatty acids, particularly of the omega-6 and the omega-3 family. These are in the membranes of cells. Lipoxygenase will add an oxygen molecule to them, and this will form a number of compounds that can be termed leukotrienes. Now, these leukotrienes are icosanoids. They're signal molecules, and they signal the cells to become pro-inflammatory. And in this process, the liver can become inflamed, If these leukotrienes are produced in excess, if these long-chain polyunsaturated fatty acids are converted to leukotrienes and they build up in the cells, this can produce pro-inflammatory conditions, and this inflammation can then cause the production of free radicals, which can further add to the oxidative stress in the liver. Now, because milk thistle inhibits lipoxygenase, it can actually decrease this inflammatory process, and therefore it protects the liver from oxidative stress through this inflammatory pathway. So there's another way that milk thistle may be beneficial to liver health. However, it still has another mechanism of action. There is evidence that milk thistle also works in a third way, and that is to increase protein synthesis rates in hepatic cells. Now, this is important because if you have sustained liver damage for whatever reason, perhaps you've ingested some toxins, perhaps you've had a very chronic exposure to low levels of pollution over a period of time and your liver has become damaged, perhaps you've been taking certain drugs that damage the liver, the milk thistle herb, the Silybum extract, can increase protein synthesis rates, and this will regenerate the liver at a faster rate than it would do normally. So milk thistle has three ways that it can protect the liver, and it does this very well. So how good is milk thistle at protecting the liver from damage from drugs? Well, anecdotally, milk thistle was taken by bodybuilders who took oral anabolic steroids. These oral anabolic steroids are chemically altered to protect them from breakdown in the liver, but the result of this was that they caused a lot of stress on the detoxification pathways of the liver. Now, the fact that milk thistle was a very popular supplement with bodybuilders, in fact, probably where it got its popularity from, shows that it does have liver protecting effects. But if we go to the scientific literature to see if there is any evidence to support this anecdotal use of milk thistle, we find some very interesting studies that have been done on animals. Now, chemically, you can cause damage to the liver of particular animals like rodents by getting them to ingest toxins. And one toxin that is particularly damaging to the liver is the death cap mushroom, the Amanita phalloides species of mushroom. And generally, when this is ingested, around 30% of the people or animals that will ingest this will die because of liver failure. The toxins within the mushroom cause damage to the liver through a system of oxidative stress. They build up free radicals, which the toxins overwhelm the liver, and eventually this oxidative stress damages the liver to the point of liver failure. When milk thistle is given concomitantly with the death cap mushroom, 100% of the animals survive. So it is able to reverse all of the toxic effects of this seemingly very toxic chemical within these mushrooms. And these sorts of experiments have been done with other toxins as well. They've been done at different concentrations of with different concentrations of the toxin within the mushroom, and they've been done at different concentrations of milk thistle. And these can be found in the scientific literature. They're quite interesting. And generally, the results show that milk thistle is very protective of the liver, and if you take it even at moderate doses, it can protect from the poisoning effect of what would seemingly be very, very poisonous drugs. So milk thistle has anecdotal evidence to support its use. It also has a wealth of scientific evidence supporting its use as a liver tonic. Now, if you wanted to take advantage of milk thistle, obviously you could go and find the milk thistle plant, and it can be made into teas and decoctions, and traditionally the milk thistle plant was used in herbalism. These flavonolignans are present in the leaves, they're present in the flowers, but they're most concentrated in the fruits of the thistle. However, there are standardized extracts of milk thistle available, and they generally standardized for around 70% silymarin, so that's 70% of these flavonolignans that have been shown possibly to have the beneficial effects. And it's a good idea, I think, to take a supplement of milk thistle as a general tonic. Now, I don't usually recommend taking supplements if you can get enough nutrients in your food, But milk thistle doesn't really fall into this category because we generally don't eat thistles. There's probably very, very few people on this planet that eat milk thistle as part of their diet. And the effects of milk thistle can't really be generated from other food components. This liver protecting effect is very unique to milk thistle. Now, therefore, I actually think that milk thistle is a good supplement to take on a daily basis, and it's a good supplement to incorporate as part of a healthy diet. And the reason I think that is because modern living, we live in a very polluted environment. Our drinking water has drug residues in it. Our food has pesticide and drug residues in it. People tend to take pharmaceutical drugs, and there are also toxins in food, particularly processed food. And all of this environmental stress puts a certain degree of strain on the liver, because the liver is the main detoxification organ in the body. And taking milk thistle as a tonic, as a general tonic every day, as a low-grade supplement over the long term, to me makes sense. Now, the supplements are usually standardized for about 70% silymarin, and they generally have around about 100 milligrams of the extract. So the recommended dose usually on most supplements is to take 3 of those tablets every day, which would provide maybe towards 300 milligrams of silymarin at the very highest dosage. Maybe around 200 as a moderate dose. And to me, even if you took a slightly lower dose over a longer period of time, I think milk thistle is something that's worth considering. Even if you're not taking a pharmaceutical drug, even if you're not a bodybuilder taking oral anabolic steroids, even if there's no reason why you think that your liver should be under particular stress, you'll probably find that most people do ingest more pollutants and more toxins than they think. And it's a good idea to protect your liver, because your liver is your main metabolizing organ in the body. And once metabolic dysfunction starts to set into the liver, it can cause knock-on effects to other parts of the body. So cleansing the liver and keeping the liver detoxified of all these damaging chemicals is obviously a very good idea. So I would suggest that you maybe have a look at a herbal book and have a look at the background on milk thistle. It is available, as I said, as a whole herb. You can find milk thistle as dried extracts, but it is available as a supplement, which is very convenient to take. Silymarin is the active ingredient, and you need to find an extract that is standardized for silymarin. So have a look on the internet, have a look in your local supplement shop, and see if you can do some research for yourself. There is some information on my website as well, if you'd like some further information to read about milk thistle. But as a general tonic to look after your liver, I would suggest that you take milk thistle on a daily basis. It's one of those supplements that I do think that is beneficial. And if you take a low amount over a long period of time, I do think it would benefit the health of most people.